Cavs, game 4. That already happened. Donovan Mitchell, James Harden looking even up the series. Hosting Cade Cunningham. The Cavs win, and they tie the series at 2 games apiece. Here's Kenny Atkinson on the Cavs' second-half turnaround.
Kenny, you guys came out 24-0 run to start that second half. What changed for you guys, and what was working for you guys?
It was a halftime speech, of course.
Did you go back in the locker room and read Twitter or something like that about your first half? What got into you in the second half?
I ain't been on Twitter in so long. Everybody let me know that I missed a free throw to break the record, though. I will say that, but then we're 2-2 headed to Detroit. That was what we came home to do, and that's all that matters.
All right, so we are, of course, going to talk about the fact that the Cavs won, but judging by you all's faces as we are again talking about the free throws, let's begin there. Donovan Mitchell took 15 free throws. The Pistons took 12. UD, your reactions to J.B. Bickerstaff there at the podium talking about that disparity?
I think that's a conversation you have, and I wouldn't even address it. Honestly, I wouldn't address it. I'm not showing weakness. As a team, we're the big bad wolf. We are the guys. We're the tough guys. We are the guys that impose our will on people. We're the guys who sets the tone with our physicality. So if we're not getting the calls, we don't cry. That's not what we do. We don't get to do both. You know what I'm saying? We pick and choose who we are. We're going to be dogs, and we're going to come in and kick our feet up on your couch and take a leak and do whatever we want to do in your house. Then we're going to stand on that. Like, we don't get to now we're going to cry to, no, JB, don't even give your team that option. Don't even give your team that option. Don't even talk about the refs. They can't help us. They can't hurt us. Next game, go home and be who you are. They can't help us. They can't hurt us. I don't believe in talking about the refs and saying the refs didn't do this and didn't do that, especially not in a playoff series, because once you start to put that in your team's mind, especially a young team, now they're looking for foul calls. They're falling all on the ground. Where's the call? And now it becomes about something else. No, focus on the game. Focus on what you do well. Go out there and physically dominate those guys like you did the first couple games. You didn't expect them to buck back. Finally, they took it personal like you guys are taking it personal. Now what are you going to do?
And there you have it.
I'm hyped up. I want to go play Game 5. I mean, one thing about the foul discrepancy, I saw a lot of Donovan Mitchell, the Detroit Pistons not being able to keep Donovan Mitchell in front of them. There was a lot of dribble penetration, and when that happens, you get into the lane and you put yourself in a bad position. So, no, I'm not saying every single foul was the correct call, but that's never going to be the case. So I do agree with UD. I think sometimes coaches have to do a thing where, all right, you know what, I'm gonna put this out there. Sometimes you have to. We saw JJ do it. You're trying to get the whistle to change. You're trying to get every advantage you possibly can. But a bigger concern for me is Duren.
Yeah.
I mean, this is your second best player the whole season. I mean, he was a guy who, if he's only scoring 10 to 12, he should at least get you 10 to 12 rebounds.
Yes.
So to play 26 minutes and have 2 rebounds is concerning. I mean, going back to the Orlando series, this series, there hasn't been the same level of Jalen Duren that I think they're going to need if they get to the third round, they get to the conference finals, and they want to beat the New York Knicks. So that is something that you have to figure out, how to get him going a little bit more.
And after tonight's game, he did say, I've just got to be better. I have no excuses. So I think he's aware. But, just 2 rebounds tonight. That's not acceptable, Dirk.
Yeah, that's not it. I mean, he's a 20-10 guy. Obviously, it's just the regular season was an all-star. So, for some reason, he hasn't performed well all throughout the playoffs. It started with, Orlando kind of taking his roles away. And I don't know if he lost a little bit of his confidence, a little bit of his swag along the way here. But, they definitely need more if they want to win the series. And Cleveland side, I think on Donovan, this is kind of what we've been waiting for. Already in the Toronto series, he's going to explode in this game. He's going to go home in Game 5, explode. And it really hasn't come. And today, holy smokes, he was on fire. 21 and 18 there in the third and fourth quarter. Just amazing going down the hill. Relax, I'm talking. Just incredible performance there. Carried the Cavs there to the win, so that's kind of what we've been waiting for. Him being aggressive downhill, being looking athletic going downhill, attacking, and then finding his shot as well.
Yeah, I mean, Steve, to Dirk's point, against the Raptors defense, Donovan had 23 points per game on 44% from the field versus Detroit's defense, 33 points a game on almost 50% shooting from the field. it honestly feels like Donovan has hit his own sort of different gear in this series that we didn't see.
They needed it. This was a huge win for them. And this series is almost over if they don't win tonight. He was obviously outstanding. Him and James seem to have found a little balance. To Blake's point, he was getting downhill. When he gets downhill, it's not just free throws for him. It puts them in rotations. When they get in rotations, other guys can drive or get on the glass. So, kind of broke Detroit's defense. A little surprising that they allowed him in the paint. They're a terrific defensive team that likes to pack the paint, keep people out of their rim. So, but Donovan found it tonight and has had a great series. So can they find that balance between him and James? Keep the ball moving, keep attacking rather than getting stationary, your turn, my turn. So I think they're just going to have a hard time scoring enough against Detroit if they play it that way. So it looks like they found something these last two games. Let's see if they can go on the road and do it in Detroit.
Yeah, I also feel like we aren't seeing the best versions of those teams at the same time.
No.
We're getting the best versions of the Pistons or the best version of the Cavs.
I think the best version of Detroit needs a little Paul Reed. I think the best version of Detroit needs a little Paul Reed right now. Different series are for different guys. I think this is a good series for Paul Reed to get more minutes. I understand Beef Stew has been solid. He is a rim protector. He is your enforcer. But Paul Reed in this series for Detroit has been more impactful in his minutes. So I'm looking for more Paul Reed. He was great in the minutes that he played even in the Orlando series, but it was very, very small minutes. It was very small sample size. I think you need more Paul Reed in this series with his effort, his energy, the way he just brings it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a little different series, and I think you need some of that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great lesson for Detroit. I mean, this is why you go out and you play so hard and establish yourself in the regular season, because now it's 2-2 and you're going back home for 2 of the last 3. So that gives you the upper hand right now. You played better at home. This is a young team. They're still figuring it out. So it's great that they got the first 2. Obviously bad that they dropped 2 in a row, but you got 2 games at home.
By the way, Reed had 15 points in 14 minutes tonight, just 4 minutes in the fourth, UD.
Yeah, well, that's up to the coaching staff of how it goes. But I've seen him be impactful in the Orlando series. I've seen him be impactful in small sample size in Detroit, and I've seen him do it again. So there's got to be something behind that. And if I'm a coach, I make that move, because if we get through this, we're coming back to you, Beef Stew. We're coming back to you. Just stay ready. But in this particular series, this just might not be the series for you.
I actually thought their bench was fantastic tonight. It was the starters that didn't hold their end of the bargain tonight. Being minus 27, minus 23, just didn't play well enough. Didn't start. The third quarter obviously was where everything started there. That huge run, couldn't score, couldn't really keep them out of the lane. So, but the bench came in and picked it up and actually made it or cut into the lead a little bit. So. It's on the starters going home now for a big Game 5 to set the tone in front of home court, starting with Cade being aggressive and getting everybody involved in scoring. So that's going to be a fun one in Detroit.
Yep, Cavs 5-0 at home in the playoffs, 0-5 on the road. So we'll see how things shake out with Game 5 in Detroit on Wednesday night. But the playoffs are about performing under pressure, and nobody does that better than James Bond. May 27th, fans can get the new 007 First Light video game and play the origin story of James Bond as he becomes 007. Enjoy this preview and pre-order now on Amazon.
Bond is immature and reckless. He's a bad influence on the other recruits who inexplicably fall victim to his charm.
Look, I know where this is going. Do you mind telling me why I'm here?
I would like you to join His Majesty's Secret Service.
Need I state the obvious? He is not ready.
How does that sound?
When do I start?